Welcome to your signature course. You are about to embark on an engaging academic experience that is unique to the University of Texas at Austin. Signature courses are taught by the most distinguished professors at UT and explore fascinating, relevant, and contemporary topics. They are designed to give you the skills and tools you need to be successful in college and beyond. Critical thinking, writing, presenting, communicating, examining ideas from a variety of perspectives, and making the most of the resources of the university, which we call GEMS. As you'll now see, we have convened several of our outstanding former signature course students to clue you in on 5 techniques to help you break down college-level learning and engagement.
Hi Longhorns! You should have gotten a syllabus for each of your courses this semester. And you may be wondering, what the heck do I do with this thing called a syllabus? I can help you break down the basics of what you can and should take away from your course syllabus. Think of your syllabus as a trailer or roadmap for the journey you are undertaking in this course over the coming months. The syllabus is designed to get you excited about what's coming up, what you will explore, what you can expect, and how you will engage with the materials, the professor, and your fellow students each week. Step by step, it lays out the topics, due dates, readings, projects, and assignments for the whole semester. It is also a kind of blueprint from your instructor about what is expected of you over the course of semester and what you can expect from them as well. The syllabus also explains how to contact the professor and teaching staff, whether through phone, email, or social media, where their offices are located, and their office hours, which are specific times in the instructor's schedule for you to ask questions, get clarification on class materials, or even just get to know them better. This is all to help you have a successful experience in the course. First, familiarize yourself with how the class is organized. Will you have large lectures and then smaller discussion sections each week? Are there any outside of class required activities, such as lectures or film viewings? What are the major themes or topics you'll be covering? What are the objectives of the course? In other words, what skills or knowledge sets or experiences does your instructor hope that you will come away with through your time together? Next, use your syllabus to identify all the assignments, quizzes, tests, and project due dates, and write those in your master planner. This will help you see how all your due dates will line up for all your classes, and how to prepare for the crunch times that are likely to occur throughout the semester. Lastly, review the grading policies. Your instructor has spelled out what is expected of students in the course and how you will be graded accordingly. Is class participation factored into your overall grade? What about attendance? How much weight is given to each exam? Are there opportunities to have your work reviewed? If you are working on a group project, how will each student receive a grade for their role in the project? Be sure you understand how you will be evaluated and ask questions if anything is unclear. It is important to note that your instructor may change the syllabus as the semester goes on, either to spend more or less time on a topic, to incorporate a local or current event or speaker into your class discussion, or to accommodate a change in the academic calendar. Most instructors will list a current as of this date somewhere on the syllabus when you receive it. If you are given an updated version, it should have the new date on it and should also be available on your course Canvas site. This now serves as your official course syllabus, and the first version should no longer be used. Remember that your instructor is here to help you understand college-level expectations, so ask if you aren't clear on any part of the syllabus. You are responsible for what is articulated in each of your course syllabi. Asking questions and getting clarification from the beginning will ease any stressors and confusion later on. Thanks, and have a great semester.
With a full load of classes, how can you be sure you will have time for academics and fun? And how can you strike a healthy balance? The answer is all about planning. First, make regularly scheduled study dates with yourself and others. If you think you will study when you have free times on your hand, you probably won't be doing much studying. Instead, try scheduling your study sessions at specific times of the day, during times you feel you will be most focused and productive. That way, when you are done studying, you can relax and enjoy your personal and social time. And don't forget to look over your syllabus during the first week of classes and write down all the assignment due dates, tests, quizzes, and projects due for each of your classes on your calendar to logically schedule your reviews. And speaking of social time, be sure you write your social life into your schedule. Although you might have been told that only academic tasks and deadlines should go into your planner, planning to have fun will actually make it easier to live up to your academic goals. If your planner is only filled with school-related tasks, you are more likely to get frustrated and throw it all aside. Instead, find a balance between school and social time by paying attention to both. Of course, even the best planner needs some me time to regroup and recharge. So don't forget to schedule activities that let you blow off steam and stay focused. Be sure to block off 1 hour every day for stress-relieving activities, whether that's running, gaming, watching a movie, yoga, or chatting with friends. I know that UT is filled with opportunities, both academic and fun, and social. That's why it might be hard to pass on any of them. I know a healthy school life balance takes some planning, but it will be worth it in the long run. The time you spend upfront planning your semester will be far less time than you will spend scrambling to prepare for class, along with the time you will spend worrying if you spend enough time doing important things. Plan away. Hook 'em horns.
Get your pen and paper ready because we're going to break down note-taking. College classes are filled with tons of information and will be presented to you in lots of different formats, like lectures, presentations, reading, videos, discussions, and more. You'll find that you won't be able to write down everything that is covered word for word, so practicing how to take efficient and effective notes is an important skill you'll need in college. Good notes help you quiz yourself for upcoming discussions, quizzes, and exams. Try using some of these tips to make your notes more useful. In college, you won't just have to regurgitate information, but rather synthesize and understand the material. Therefore, you might want to create a chart or a matrix to identify similarities and differences between concepts. Try to make your notes meaningful and concise by using bullet points and writing in words that you understand. You also may need to use different sources, like your reading and lectures, to create your summaries. It is important that you use your notes as an ongoing tool, not just something to look at the night before an exam. You should review the notes you took in class within 24 hours after that class. The most important thing you can do when first reviewing your notes is to capture the big picture. What is the main point of the lecture or chapter? What are examples or details that support that concept? How does this connect to other things we've studied or upcoming topics on the syllabus that we're going to cover? What gaps do I need to fill in to make my notes complete? As part of the review process, you should rewrite and summarize each page of notes into a few sentences that capture the main ideas, the significance of the topic, and any questions you may still have. Having a summary of your notes on each page will help you to quickly find information you need later when doing your homework or studying for a quiz or exam. There are lots of methods for taking good notes, and you may need to try a few before you find one that really works for you. The Sanger Learning Center has lots of resources on effective note-taking, and you can even attend a workshop on the topic. So remember and take note. Good notes are critical for success in college.
Welcome to UT. You're going to do a lot of reading in college, and it might be different than the type of reading you're used to doing. Many of us come to college having previously read with the goal of looking for and finding an answer. In college, however, professors will want you to comprehend the reading, analyze it, and be able to discuss it in class. But don't let the amount or type of reading in college intimidate you. Use these 3 steps suggested by the Sanger Learning Center to help break it down. Just remember PRR, preview, read, and recall. Preview. Before you tackle any reading, identify the main ideas to better comprehend and retain details you'll encounter later. Spend time familiarizing yourself with the text as a whole. For example, in dealing with a textbook, check out the author's biographical information, publication information, and the table of contents. Look at each chapter and read the introduction, subheadings, first sentence of each section, and the conclusion. Make some projections about the reading by summarizing the main idea and thinking about how the text is organized. Consider how difficult the reading might be and how long it could take to read. Read. Set realistic goals for how long and how many pages you'll be able to read. Don't try to read the entire chapter nonstop. Instead, divide it into small sections, such as half pages or columns, and read them individually. Ask yourself a question before each paragraph or section and try to answer it as you read. Recall. Recall mentally or recite the highlights of what you've read. As you read, ask yourself questions and answer them. Underline key words or phrases in each section and write notes in your margins. Summarize the material in your own words by writing short commentaries on that material. These steps towards active reading will help you understand and engage with written material and increase how much of that material you will remember later on. While these suggestions describe larger assignments like textbook chapters, you'll find you can easily adapt this process for shorter assignments as well, with the same benefits. You got this. Hook 'em horns.
Learning in college happens most effectively when you actively participate in your classes. Most professors view participation as a way for the class to discuss the material as a group, and they welcome student interaction through questions and comments during class. So what does it mean to successfully participate in class? And how do you do that? Well, the first thing you need to do is be prepared. Do the readings and assignments and come to class ready to participate. There is nothing worse than sitting in a class hoping your instructor doesn't call on you or hoping the other students in your small group did the readings because you didn't. You can lower your anxiety about class participation by simply being prepared. That doesn't mean you know every answer to every question, but that you can thoughtfully contribute to the conversation through your observations, insights, or questions. These can be prepared ahead of time and written down. If you are shy or introverted, heck, even if you're not, class participation may seem daunting. Therefore, have a participation plan, such as intending to lead the conversation in your small group this month or offering an interpretation from the readings once per week. If you write down these specific participation goals, you'll find that they will eventually come naturally. There are also ways to participate outside of the classroom. For example, you may be required to comment or reply to a classmate's observation on Canvas. A simple "I agree" or "I disagree" after every comment won't show your instructor that you've done the work needed to add to the conversation. While it's okay to agree or disagree with a comment, you'll want to expand on that as to why, and may want to add in specific examples from the lecture or readings that support your viewpoint. And while it may seem obvious, it is critical that you not only attend every class, but that you situate yourself in a location that allows for easy engagement. So remember, class participation improves your learning, involvement in the subject, and your grade. Your professors don't expect you to have all of the answers. However, they do expect that you will actively participate and ask thoughtful questions throughout the semester.
Your academic success at UT relies on you to take the advice you just heard to heart. Remember that what you did to be successful in your classes in the past may not translate to successful learning and class engagement at UT Austin. We also know that every college student may struggle not only with these techniques, but with personal challenges at some point. So don't forget that there are lots of resources, including your signature course professor, to help you out. We're all here to help you be a Longhorn who changes the world.